Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to L Does Boxing. We're back once again. We got these new IBF rankings, you know what I'm saying, that just came out, so y'all know how we get down with those. Before I get into everything, I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe. You can follow me on my social media, scrolling across the bottom. Tap into the website, ldoesboxing.com. Alright, we're going to get into it, man. So, I go straight to the website, you know what I'm saying? They normally come out around the second week of the month, like clockwork, so yes, sir. So, yeah, I know they got a lot of websites that do rankings, but I think the best ones and the most up-to-date is the ones that is actually at the website, so that's why I like to go to. All right, Opulent LD, what's good with you, bro? Salute. All right, so starting with the heavyweight division, of course, we know we got the big fight coming up in a couple of weeks with Usyk and Fury. They're going to run that thing back. It's only for 3 belts. You know, Daniel Dubois is the IBF champion, so it's all good, though. The first fight was good. We definitely got to get the second fight. Dubois, he just announced his fight. He's going to face Joseph Parker, and that's a good one, man. And I've been looking forward to Joseph Parker getting another opportunity at the world title, coming off of 2 good wins. He beat Deontay Wilder, then he beat Zane back to back, so that deserves a title shot just off the strength of that. So Dubois and Parker are gonna go down February 22nd on that big Riyadh season card. So I'm looking forward to that. Bacoli is number 3. Now Bacoli, he was ordered to fight Caballero and Zhang. They both turned it down. Caballero and Zhang is actually going to fight each other for the WBC interim title on that same card. So Bacoli, he actually been ordered to face F.A. Ajaba. Those guys are in negotiations. Look like that fight going to happen in March sometime. That's a good fight. 2 big African dudes going at it, 6'5" or better. Yeah, that's going to be a good one. So we'll see what's up with that. The winner of Bacoli and Ajaba becomes the mandatory for Daniel Dubois. So in a good position. Frank Sanchez, he's recovered from his knee injury that he had in the Caballero fight. He's supposed to be back on one of these cards coming up. Look for him being back soon. The first couple of months of 2025. AJ is out with injury. Philip Herkovic. So I'm not sure what's next for him, but Philip Herkovic is high enough in the rankings that if somehow F.A. Ajaba pulls out a negotiation with Bacoli, I can see Herkovic stepping in, fighting for the eliminator. Derek Chisora, he gonna fight Otto Wallin. So number 8 versus number 10. That's February the 8th. So yeah, that should be a solid fight. Tricky matchup for Chisora, fighting a tall southpaw. Waiting to hear about anything about Fabio Worley. Jared Anderson, haven't heard nothing. Guido, nothing. Justice Huoney is fighting December the 11th. He having a little comeback fight in Australia. Then he gonna fight again on Jay Abataya's card January the 8th. So he's staying busy. Moses Atamu, that's a new entry. He's number 14. He's gonna face Dempsey McKean on that Usyk and Fury card. And yeah, they're trying to push him. He's only like 19, about to turn 20, I believe. So, yo, that's what it is, man. Heavyweight division cracking, though, for sure. Cruiserweight, so Jay Abataya, like I mentioned, he's going to come back January the 8th. He got his IBF mandatory, Hussein Sankara. So, he's going to make a homecoming fight back at home in January. And then they're trying to do a unification with Zerto. You know what I'm saying? Zerto has a mandatory as well, WBA mandatory in Dortico. So they'll probably do that fight maybe like the first quarter of next year. And then probably later in the year, I can expect to get Obataya versus Zerto. Now, here's the thing with the WBC, though. The WBC is in shambles with their champion because Noel McCallan, he's the champion, but he's in recess. No, he's going through a legal issue with Don King, so we don't know how long he's going to be out the ring. Last weekend, Rosicky, he fought a rematch with Peralta. Those guys fought to a draw, and that was for the WBC interim title. So now we may see Badu Jack, who is the WBC recess champion. He might come back and reclaim his full title, and maybe we can see Jay Abataya versus Badu Jack. You know what I'm saying? So that'd be another little unification. And then if Zerto wins his mandatory defense against Doricos, maybe we get a big undisputed showdown sometime later next year. So just putting the pieces together, man, letting everybody know what's popping and shit like that. Let me see. Chev Clark, number 7. He'll be back. He's fighting this weekend in Monaco. He's fighting for the European title. So yeah, that's what's up, man. Yo, we get the cruiserweight division popping, yo. With these, we haven't had unification and big time fights since Usyk left, and they can get right back to it. Light heavyweight. So first thing off the rip, we all know we got the undisputed fight coming up. Michael Efer took step aside. He's the mandatory. So Viterbiev versus Dimitri Bivol. The IBF put Bivol in the new rankings. He's at number 3. So that's what's up, man. We needed that fight right away. It was a great fight the first time, and we don't have to wait a year, 18 months to get the rematch. We can get it right then and there. That's what's up. So February 22nd, Viterbiev versus Bivol, the rematch. That's gonna be fire right there. Now, if so happened that the IBF title becomes vacant, number 1 and number 2 gonna fight for it. Michael Efer is the mandatory. He took step aside. And then Connor Wallace is number 2. He just signed with Matchroom. He's going to fight December the 11th down in Australia. So check him out. So he's in position, you know what I'm saying, to fight for a title down the line. We got some good contenders. Anthony Yarde, Albert Ramirez. I know Callum Smith. He just came into new rankings. Callum Smith is going to fight Joshua Buatsi for the WBO on that February 22nd card. So that's a good fight too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Willie Hutchinson, he's going to fight Zach Parker on the undercard of Shazor and Wallen. So yeah, that's what's up, man. So yeah, 175, yo, get it cracking, because we got the undisputed fight. Then February the 1st, we have Benavidez and Morrell fighting for the interim and WBA regular title. WBC interim and WBA regular. So that's a big fight in the division. And then, really February is like it's tapped in for the light heavyweights. We got 3 big fights in the division: Buatsi, Callum Smith, Viterbiev, and Bivol, and Morrell and Benavidez. So that shit gonna be popping though, for sure. Super middleweight. So William Skull is the champion. We know Canelo got the other 3 belts. William Skull beat Shishkin for the vacant title. Vladimir Shishkin's team didn't like the scorecards, and I thought William Skull lost that fight too. But so they won a petition. Now they don't get an immediate rematch against William Skull, but they're going to get it down the line. William Skull's next fight is supposed to be against his mandatory, unless he put in an exemption to fight a voluntary, which I haven't heard. He's supposed to fight his mandatory next. Now, here's the interesting thing, and the politics of boxing come into play, right? I'm going to break it down for you. So Christian and Billy was ordered to face Diego Pacheco for the number 1 spot. And they was going to fight Skull next. So their deadline is actually tomorrow, the 10th. We know Diego Pacheco has a fight date on January 25th, and he's going to fight Steve Nelson. Diego Pacheco is also the WBO mandatory for Canelo, so he got that golden ticket, the lottery ticket. He good. Canelo been fighting his WBO mandatories, John Ryder, Jaime Munguia. So why Pacheco is different? All right, so he's in a good position. If he beats Steve Nelson, he gonna go down the WBO route. So that's leaving Christian and Billy without a fight for the eliminator. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's a couple of things Christian and Billy can do. They can go down the list like how they did with Coley and order the next guy up. I mean, Jaime Munguia got to fight December 14th. He fighting this weekend. Is he a possible opponent? I don't know. Sajo just fought last weekend. Is he a possible opponent? You never know. I'm thinking Iglesias and Billy are stablemates. I'm thinking if it goes that far, it probably gets number 8, Simon Zubenhoover. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna see. Or here's another scenario. Christian and Billy, his team can lobby to the IBF and ask them, let me just be the mandatory, since guys are turning down the eliminator. Pacheco, he's ultimately gonna turn it down. So if they do that, and Billy if he becomes the mandatory at number 3, which it has happened before, because Caleb Plant fought 2 mandatories that never won an eliminator. You know what I'm saying? So it has happened before when he was champion. So you can see in Billy going straight to the William Skull fight. You know what I'm saying? So that is a possibility, man. So we're gonna see what's up with that for sure. Bruce Gas in the building. What's good with you? Hype in the building. Was good. Oh yeah, yes sir. Yeah. I had to break it down for sure. Yeah. A lot of people don't really understand how these fights get made. So yeah, that's part of what I like to do. Make sure everybody's straight. Let me just going back to super middleweight. Let me see we got something coming. Like I mentioned, Jaime McGill fighting Saturday in Mexico. Mark Jeffers is fighting this weekend. He's fighting on the undercard of Jonas and Havison on Peacock. You know what I'm saying? I talked about Zach Parker. He actually going to fight Willie Hutchinson at 175. Callum Simpson is coming back. I think he's facing Steve Woodall January the 11th. So, yeah. And Ali Ahmedov, I just saw he's going to fight coming up. I think January the 18th. He's going to face Ronald Ellis. So that's what's up, man. Guys staying active. Yeah, we got guys like Caleb Plant. We got Jamal Charlo coming to the division. He's going to fight on Tank's undercard, supposedly. We got Berlanga, Pacheco. So you got some good fights and good fighters at 168 for sure. All right. Move it down to 160. So Janabek, he's the unified champion, IBF and WBO. So his WBO mandatory fell out because Hamza Shiraz is going to fight Carlos Adames for the WBC on that February 22nd card. So Janabek, he do have a new mandatory in the WBO, Denzel Bentley, who he already fought, but Denzel Bentley won a good fight over the weekend against Brad Paul, so that's going to make him the mandatory. So, man, we'll see. Janabek need a big name. He need a big fight. I've been hearing Shane Moses Jr. name floating around for him, but we'll see. And yeah, bro. Middleweight, we gotta get it popping. I think that Adames and Shiraz fight gonna open up the division a little bit, and we'll see. Chris Eubank, I seen him getting linked to Erislandy Lara for the WBA title, so we'll see how that works out. Aaron McKenna, he's a new entry, fights at 160. And the rest of it's about the same, man. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Let's get popping with the middleweights. Junior middleweight, 154. So, which is Aliev is a champion. He satisfied his IBF mandatory when he knocked out Tim Tszyu in 3 rounds. So, right now, I know he suffered like a broken pinky in that fight. Well, before that fight, he fought through it. And we'll see what's next for him. I think he's going to be out until after Ramadan. You know what I'm saying? Probably around about May. I can see him come back in May. So we're going to see, man. Mutazaliev opened up a lot of eyes. A lot of people wasn't tracking him. They didn't know what he brought to the table, and he showed up and showed out. So we're going to see. Lubin. Now, Lubin was promised a Tim Tszyu fight. Tim Tszyu lost. So let's see if they can get him the Mutazaliev fight. He's not the mandatory, but maybe he'll get that fight. Lubin, I've been hearing he's supposed to come back pretty soon. PBC supposed to have a card in February. It's supposed to have it I heard January, but they pushed it back to February. It's supposed to be in Orlando. Man, we'll see. PBC really ain't up front with a lot of their fight dates. So, yeah, Lubin by the ring, shit. About what? Going on 18 months? That's a long time. Let me see. Xander Zayas. Look for Xander to come back Valentine's weekend. So like the 14th or the 15th. I think the 14th on a Friday. And I heard his opponent would be Slauer Spoomer from Germany. But we're going to see. I know he threw his name in the hat for the Virgil Ortiz fight. So, yeah, we'll see what's up. Callum Washington, he'll be back. He's a young fighter. He climbed up the ranks. He'll be back St. Patrick's Day weekend in New York. He going to headline. Jesus Ramos going to 160 for a fight to face Jason Rosario on the Benavidez Morel card. Adriel Holmes, he's going to fight this Thursday in Detroit. Yeah, he going to fight this week on the zone, so tap in with him. Number 10, the Body. He's fighting this week too. He's fighting in Canada. He's fighting for the IBO title against, oh my God, who he fighting? I seen his name just recently. He's fighting Lima, number 13, Lima. Yeah, they're going to fight in Canada. Conwell fighting this weekend. So that's good, man, to see a lot of these guys ranked. Got fight dates coming up. I got fights talked about. Conwell's fighting on Golden Boy on Saturday. So that's what's up, man. We got to get some cracking for him, too. So, yeah, man, 154 is a hot division. 147. So, Jerron Bruce Ennis, IBF champion. We know he turned down the Virgil fight for 154. They trying to get him a big fight. I've been hearing what we seen. Teofimo came off. Bob Arum said that might be a fight they can make. I think he need that. Like Boots need that. He need a big name. He probably ain't gonna get a unification because Stan Young's gonna face Guyself. Let me see. And then Brian Norman Jr. is fighting in March against Cuevas. Yo, they talk about people not ready to fight. I don't know if Barrios ready to fight. He took a lot of punishment. I know Conor Ben trying to make that fight, but I'd be surprised if Barrios come back before May. I'm just being honest. He took a lot of punishment. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see. So that's what I'm saying. Boots need a big name. A big name moving up or just a big name in general. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see what they do. Number 3, we got Jen Sasaki. He's going to fight December 24th on Anyways card. Exciting fighter. Conor Ben right there. Lewis Crocker versus Paddy Donovan. These guys going to fight for the number 1 spot March the 1st in Ireland. So stay tuned for that announcement. Alexis Rocha versus Raul Curiel. They fighting this weekend on Golden Boy. That's a good fight. That's going to be a banger. I think Rocha going to be boxing, but Curiel is an aggressive, come forward guy. You know what I'm saying? We got 2 new entries. Number 13, Talani Mbinji. So Mbinji is the IBO champion. All right, he just beat Michael McKinson, and Harlem Eubank is a new entry. You know what I'm saying? He said it sounds like he's trying to make a unification with Stan Jonas next. Yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see because there's really no terms about that deal. They just said a deal was made and PBC made the deal. They didn't give a date. They didn't give nothing like that. So that's the best bet. That might be the best fight in that division. So hopefully, man, let's get it, man. Eddie talk a lot. He gotta make something happen for Boots. He gotta make something happen. You know what I'm saying? All that talk sounds good, but I don't know. Harlem Eubank, he is a new entry. He just fought the other week. So he just moved up to 147. We'll see. Maybe the Mbiji fight is a good fight for him for the IBO. We'll see. So 140. So Hitchens is a new champion. We all know that. They don't got that updated right here, but Hitchens is a new champion. Beat Paro. Thought he beat him pretty clear. Probably after like the 5th round, he dominated. So Hitchens is in a good spot. Not sure if we're going to get a unification, because those guys are tied up. We got Cleo and Sandra Martin going to fight next for the WBC. Rayo is going to face Gary Antoine for the WBA. Teofimo, we don't know what he's going to do. He don't have a mandatory right now if he stay at 40. Calarar and Barbosa supposed to fight for that. Looking like February for them guys. He might, if he want to make a hometown defense, pick somebody in the top 15. We're going to see. Now, pretty soon, they're going to order IBF mandatory final eliminator. It'll probably be Matisse versus Gabriel Gales, Venezuela. Maybe. Maybe even Evans Rodriguez put his name in the hat. So if Hitchens coming back, right, he probably can get a voluntary. I mean, it's some good fights for him, though. If we're looking at the rankings, like, I'm looking at the 2 at the bottom, Jermaine Ortiz and Michelle Rivera. I mean, those are good solid fights. You know what I'm saying? Good solid fights. Kenneth Sims is number 11, but I think he's still campaigning. Well, listen, Kenny Sims against Richardson Hitchens. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? I'd take that if Eddie and Matchroom and Golden Boy is going 5 versus 5, whatever. I'd take that. That's a solid ass fight. So it's opportunities right here to face a solid competition. Maybe if we want to go home, that's solid. Let me see who got something coming. Dalton Smith's supposed to be on one of these cards coming up. I think January or February. We haven't heard from him in a minute. Matthew Germain. So this is the opponent for George Kambosos, who's supposed to make his debut at 140 in Australia, probably February or March. So Matthew Germain from Canada. He's an aggressive fighter. Oh man, I ain't gonna hold y'all. He can win that fight against Kambosos. I ain't gonna lie. I don't really think Kambosos is like all that like that. And he going to a new weight. He wasn't a big puncher at 135. I don't know. We're gonna see. But I guess they got him as some type of star. I guess he draw money, so we're gonna see. I know a lot of people want to fight Kambosos because it seems like he easy work. But we're gonna see. Yeah, he's not. I don't think he all that good, bro. If he was like half of how he talked, I think he might be pound for pound number one. All right, moving down. 135. Lomachenko, still the champion. We waiting for him. I'm actually surprised the IBF haven't ordered nobody for him. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he did some type of exception for them because he won a vacant title against Kambosos, and that was in May. And if you think about it, everybody else that won an IBF title, they either got a mandatory that coming, that they had to satisfy, or they got one that's about to come. And I haven't heard nothing other than Adelev. He got the same manager as Adelev. He won the number 2 spot against Carrasco. So the plan that what I've been hearing is more Tala is supposed to fight Adelev for the vacant title. Look like Lomachenko going to retire or vacate or whatever he's going to do. So we're gonna see. But that's looking like that's the route. You see Keyshawn number 3, but he's gonna fight for the WBO pretty soon against Baranachek. Andy Cruz is coming back, the Mexican assassin. He's gonna fight January 25th. He's gonna face Omar Salcedo, another Mexican 5 for 5 right there. So we're gonna see. But he's climbing up the rankings, yo. Andy Cruz next year he gonna get an eliminator because he got a high ranking in the WBA as well. So I actually see Andy Cruz fighting the winner between Cully and Maxie Hughes, who's fighting this weekend. Cully got a nice rank in the WBA. There go George Kambosos, but he fighting at 40. Same for Frank Martin. So those guys will probably be removed pretty soon when they announce their next fight. Lucas Body, he just signed with MVP. Good looks. Joshua Padley. Yo, man. If I'm up and coming, I'm trying to fight Josh Padley. I know he got the victory over Mark Chamberlain, but he ain't really nothing special. Maybe that's a fight for Sam Notes. Sam Notes looks solid over the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Herrera, I like him. Good prospect. So it's some good stuff, man. He's out of the rankings. Yeah, okay. Hey. Down the line, he'll probably get that. Unless they do some type of interim title fight for him. I can see them doing an interim WBA title fight for him. It should be, if they do, it should be against Kenny Sams, who is number 1, I think. Number 2. So they're going to do that. But we'll see. 130, so Anthony Kakashi, he's going to fight Nunes. So they're supposed to fight like in March, probably in Ireland. Queensberry got that fight. So we're going to see. That's going to be a banging ass fight too. For sure. Solid guys in there. Rikishi, I like him though. He's a good fighter. Suarez, Mark Maceo, Zephyr Barrett. I'm not sure what he's doing, bro. I just seen Zerbeck fight on Pro Box last weekend. Liam Wilson is still a good player. Manisi, Edward Vasquez. So Vasquez, look for him pretty soon. He got a fight day. He's going to fight Rocky Hernandez. Edward Vasquez versus Rocky Hernandez. I like Nunes in that fight. I think Nunes is more versatile. He's a bigger puncher. A lot of people think Nunes is just one dimensional. No, I seen him box. He had the box in that fight against Rachmaninoff. I like Nunes in that fight by knockout too. Let me see. We seen Mancho LeBron. He just fought last weekend. Now I thought he dominated that fight against Christopher Diaz. I just didn't like the posture of the fight. What I'm saying is, I thought LeBron could have went forward on Diaz and let his hands go because Christopher Diaz wasn't really doing that. Occasional right hand, but nothing too crazy. But Moncho was in a good position. I can see them trying to make the Ray Ford fight. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. Yeah, Rocky. Yep. Should be coming up. That sounds like I don't know exactly where or the date, but I know that fight is done. Probably that sounds like a Mexico fight, matchroom in Mexico type of fight. Danny Corleone, he had a technical draw over the weekend against Jack Basin. He said day for what? Which one? If you talking about Rocky and them, I think it's the 28th, bro. Stay tuned. Write that down for me and hold me to it if I'm wrong. I think it's the 28th of February. Yes, sir. I think. But hold me to it. You know what I'm saying? Hold me accountable if I'm wrong. All right, 126. We got Angelo Leo. So he's going to make a title defense against Kameda. Looking like February, March for that one. So Leo gonna have to go to Japan. Originally, he was gonna make a title defense January the 18th against Arnold Kaga in his hometown Albuquerque, but they got that bag to go to Japan against Kameda. And Kameda, this might be his last opportunity. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see. He said Rocky didn't wait for the WC convention. Hey. Nah, he ain't wait. Yeah, that fight with Vasquez is done. Winston Lee, what's good with you? Salute. The Boston Source, what's good with you, bro? Salute to you, coming through. He said, Rocky, yeah. Hold me accountable, yo. Hold me accountable. Leo, yeah. I think Leo got that fight. You know what I'm saying? But this is the last chance for Kameda, you know what I'm saying? Omar Trinidad, he's number 2. He's right in line for a title shot, too. He's going to face Mike Plania. I think that's January 17th or 18th, one of those dates. That's UFC Fight Pass. So, yeah, I like Trinidad, too. He's a solid fighter. Gio Lopez. Now, he interesting. He a prospect, but he's with Team Canelo. I'm not even sure if he's fighting at 26. He had a good performance on the prelims on the Canelo undercard in September. Yeah, bro, that's a nice ranking. The 17th, yes sir. We definitely be tapped in with that. Shushu Carrington, he's in a good position too. So he had a bad performance against Sagawa, but he bounced back, and he had a good performance against Coldwell on the Tyson J. Paul card. So listen, this is my theory. I'm throwing it out there, and I think it's pretty clear to see if you look at the rankings and follow the rankings. I think Espinoza is up out of there. I think he's gonna vacate, or he's gonna go to 130 to fight Navarrete. And they've been planting the seeds, man. I don't know if you guys pay attention to the telecast, but they showing his rehydration weight, his fight weight. He was over 20 pounds. Like, why y'all showing that shit, bro? Y'all, to me, I felt like they was planting the seed. He already been talking about going to 130, so he vacated the WBO. That's a top rank belt. Number 1 versus number 2. Shushu Carrington is number 1 in the WBO, and then you have he was number 2, but he's going to be number 1 because Warbisi lost. So it's going to be Shushu versus Arnold Kagai, who the top rank they just signed him. You know what I'm saying? So that's not really a bad fight though. You know what I'm saying? Because Kagai, I remember he gave Fulton a tough fight at 22, and he's a solid fighter. D-Lo in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. If he does, it's open season for Carrington. Yeah, he get that title shot for sure. Yeah, I think Espinoza up out of there, bro. I do. I think he up out of there. Unless he can get the Nick Ball fight, because really, there's no unifications available for him right now other than Nick Ball. Because Leo will be, see, if he wait around for Leo, then okay, all right, now we got some business. But then they're not on the same schedule. I always look at that shit. A guy just fought in December, and Leo probably fight the latest in March. So by that time, my man gonna be ready to get back in the ring. Espinoza, April or May, right? Nick Ball is available. He just fought in October, so they like on the same schedule. Fulton and the Figueroa fight for the WBC not available. So yeah, bro, the Nick Ball fight that should be crazy. 6'1" versus 5'2". That's crazy. Yeah. Let's see. That's gonna be crazy right there. I think that's what's next, man. I'm telling you. I don't feel like O'Shaquie Foster gonna get the unification, and I feel like Espinosa gonna slide in and get that shit. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. I put this on my Twitter. I think Top Rank is gonna get Oscar Valdez one more time in the title, and they're gonna give it to O'Shaquie Foster. Get him the O'Shaquie Foster fight. If y'all see the play, the fighters that they loyal to, Conceal. I mean, how many chances they gave Joette? They got hella chances. Dog Bay, all these guys, Pedraza, whatever, hella chances. They love them some Oscar Valdez. And Oscar Valdez maybe got a fight or two left on his contract because he re-upped, I think, around the Shakur fight. So it's nothing but title shots. Oscar Valdez not at the stage of his career to go rebuild. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling y'all. I can see that shit. Maybe they'll do some type of little sacrifice and make that fight in Texas, maybe Houston or closer to Houston for O'Shaquie Foster to face Valdez. I just see Valdez getting another opportunity. He wasn't talking like he was going to retire. So I know fans don't like to hear that shit, but if you follow what Top Rank does with the guys they really fuck with, look how they did to O'Shaquie Foster. You know what I'm saying? They basically robbed him, let Conceal win the WBC, go down to Brazil, have a parade, then bring that shit right back. All right, you did what you became champion. We fulfill our need with you. We've been with you since out the Olympics. You got your shit. All right, get that shit right back. You know what I'm saying? So I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised. Just throwing it out there. When Leo fighting, I'm not sure the date, but probably February or March. She going to Japan. I don't either. I want Shot to get it. Yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see how good his team is and what Top Rank want to do. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what Top Rank want to do. I said that it shouldn't happen, but that's what I'm saying. Y'all know how Top Rank be moving. Big Supreme, what's good with you, bro? What's good with you? Salute. He said Foster should send Valdez to retirement then. Yeah, he should. Valdez versus Alberto Lopez. Shit. That'd be a good fight. But honestly, I ain't trying to see that shit though. I don't like seeing guys coming off with he had a brain bleed. Yeah, I ain't trying to see that shit, to be honest. But if he okay, I guess. I've been trying to get an interview with Foster all year. Yeah. I don't know. Let me see. Who else got something coming? I don't know why they got Ray Ford at featherweight. Oh, Raees Salim is a new entry. So, yeah, Raees Salim had a solid performance on Keyshawn's undercard to bounce back. Cuello, number 15, he's fighting for the WBC. I think he's fighting for the WBA interim title. Or is it mandatory? One of them shits. I think he's on the undercard of Benavidez and Morel. He's going to face, I forgot the guy's name he's going to face. Christian Olivio. He's going to fight him. So y'all stay tuned for that. 122. So we got Anyway and Goodman coming up a couple of weeks. December 24th, Undisputed. Sam Goodman is an IBF mandatory, right? And he's number 1 in the WBO. So yeah, I don't really buy that shit about MJ. They Anyway is ducking MJ. I don't buy that shit because I could have sworn Anyway did Marlon Tapales dirty after Tapales beat MJ. And I thought he beat MJ clear too. So I don't understand what would he be ducking for. But I do want to see that fight though. I don't think that's see people running with that shit partly because some people want to see Anyway lose. I don't think MJ will beat him. And I don't think MJ probably the most dangerous guy fucking. I think he beats him. Sam Goodman, I don't think Sam Goodman win, but he gonna pose some type of issue because his size. He got a nice little work rate. If he can get in the inside and try to work Anyway, I think he can have some success. But I don't know. Anyway, too explosive. He on his A game right now. He got another fight lined up in February. Okay, yes, sir. See him back. What do you think about Cully versus Massey Hughes? I like Massey Hughes because he's tricky in that fight. You know what I'm saying? He's tricky. If he get back to his boxing ways and kind of time Cully, because Cully long and rangy, I think he can beat Cully. You know what I'm saying? He can beat him. But Cully got size, man. 6'2". I think Massey Hughes like 5'6", 5'7", some shit like that. But I think Massey Hughes gonna win that fight for sure. But he did take a beating against Zapata, so maybe that shit took a lot out of him. But Garrett Cully, I don't know. I like Massey Hughes off top. All right, so yeah, man, we're gonna see what's up with that anyway fight, man. They're talking about anyway versus Picasso. I know they mad about that shit, but really that shit makes sense, yo. I ain't gonna lie. He coming, what? Anyway, supposed to fight in Vegas. Shit, Vegas, California, one of them two. You fight a Mexican, don't you? It makes sense, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see. But by MJ winning that, by fighting for that interim title this week, you can make defenses of that shit. You know what I'm saying? He can defend that. And look, a lot of people don't know this. Yeah, you become the mandatory when you win interim titles, but you also kind of put yourself in the back of the line per se. Kind of like how Joseph Parker did. He just won the interim title. He's just chilling with it. He ain't really doing nothing with it. You know what I'm saying? Him having the interim title didn't get him the bar fight. What got him that fight is by being Deontay and Zayn back to back. You feel me? Unless you promotionally connected, it makes sense. But a lot of times it's keep you in the back. You know what I'm saying? You think MJ stopped that dude? Espinoza's tough, man. Hindu Espinoza is tough. He gave Dan Ramon a tough fight. He can stop him, but that's a tough fight, yo. This dude Hindu ain't no trash opponent. You know what I'm saying? I seen Carl James Martin got something coming. Let me see. I think Dylan Price fighting on that Jake Paul. No, he fighting on somebody's card, man. I seen that shit. Yeah, I be seeing so many fights, man. I be forgetting. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I remember a lot, but I also forget a lot too. So don't hold it against me. 118. Nashida fighting this weekend. He's making a defense against who the fuck he fighting? Number 14. Dusana. He gonna fight him. He probably run through him. And he will have a mandatory and it'll probably be Jose Reyes. So Reyes and Edwards, they went the press bid. Samson won that shit by 25K. 25K he won that. Ain't no way Charlie Edwards gonna accept that shit. So they'll probably have Reyes become the mandatory. And they dropped Manny Rodriguez out the rankings. So that's telling you something. So Reyes is gonna go through two guys to turn down the fight probably. So he'll probably be the mandatory for Nashida and probably fight him right after. You know what I'm saying? 118, Jonto Nagatani, he's the man there. I like him. I'm not sure when he's gonna come back. I know him and Anyway supposed to be on the same card in April in the US. So I'm thinking. So this is my thought process on that for Jonto. If Jonto coming to 118, coming to 122, I'm thinking he have a fight at 122 just to acclimate because they're trying to make the Anyway Jonto fight. So maybe he fight Louis Neri. If Louis Neri still can make the weight, fight him. And then if Anyway gonna fight Picasso, there you go. Those guys are promotional stablemates in Mexico. I think Zanford, Picasso, and Neri. I'm just throwing shit out there. I ain't saying it's gonna happen. I just can see it. You feel me? Let me see. And then the WBO champion, Take It. He's gonna fight on Anyway's card coming up. So that's what it is. I think, hold on, one of the Maloney brothers got a fight coming up too. Andrew Maloney. I think this week or next week. But yeah, that's what it is though. 118, 115. So we got a vacant title. You know what I'm saying? Let's go get fulfilled. Casemiro on the verge of losing again. Hindu. Yeah, I remember that fight. I remember that fight. Yeah, I remember that fight. I like Nagatani versus Maloney. Again. Damn. You want to see that? Oh, you want to see the brother? Oh, okay, Andrew, Jason Maloney. I don't know. They want that shit. That shit causes them some nightmares. He should get to stop it since he's been talking a lot against Anyway. Anyway, fight date April. I don't know. I don't know the fight date in April. But anyway, I just heard April. Shit. Tap in with the calendar though, because I know it probably ain't gonna be the first weekend because that's pretty much Final Four and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it probably won't be that weekend. You do a process of elimination with that one. Probably like maybe like the 19th or 26th, one of those. We'll see. Yes, sir. Alright, 115. So we got a vacant title. Those guys about to fight for the vacant title. I think that's I'm gonna make sure I get my dates right. I think that's December 21st in Japan. So Perez is gonna face Kalasco. So number 3 versus number 4 is gonna fight for the vacant title. So this is something to look out for because the winner of this fight probably can get Bam first quarter. Fuck around be a hometown fight for Bam back in San Antonio. Because right now his unification is looking kind of slim because Ioka is going to run it back with Martinez. They fight December 31st. And then Chocolatito is supposed to face the WBO champion, K-Fit. That's looking like in March. I don't got the date, bro, but it's looking like March. That's what they're talking about. So yeah, Bam looking at this fight right here. Maybe the winner, he can do a hometown fight. So we're going to see what's up with that. Sip Bud in the building. What's good with you, bro? Appreciate you, man, for the super sticker. Salute to you coming through the building. Appreciate it. So you see Chocolatito right there, fighting for the WBO. I think that fight with him and Bam, that's gonna be fun, yo. That's gonna be a classic because I heard that sparring was great. And I know you can't read everything off that, but you can see enough to let you know it's gonna be a great fight or not, for sure. So yeah, that's what's up for super flyweight. Ayala. I seen this dude training for a minute. He's in Japan. I haven't heard a fight date for him. I gotta go do some research on that. So he should be in a voluntary stage, but he about to get a mandatory. Phyllis Alvarado versus Tobias Reyes. They gonna fight in December. What's the date? I think the 27th for that. December 27th. Yo, these dates be running like so close in my, you know what I'm saying? I'll be seeing so many dates and trying to keep everything on top, stay on top of everything. These dates kind of just run together, but I think they December 27th for those guys in Nicaragua, I believe. Yeah. So that would be a final eliminator. And Felix Alvarado is a former champion. He's still getting opportunities. You know what I'm saying? So 112. So we got some interesting stuff happening at 112. We got Kenshiro's a new WBC champion. He just came up and beat Rosales. We seen what Galal Yufai did to Sonny Edwards. He retired him, beat him up last weekend. I like Yankee Rivera. He won the WBC silver title. He's a player. You got Yuri, the champion. So yeah, he's solid. You got Anthony Oscarwaga, the WBO champion. Yeah, bro, I like this division, and I like it. Starting getting like flipped on his head when guys move up and vacate. You start seeing other guys emerge, former world champions moving up and tapping in the division. Yeah, and some good fights to be made too, for sure. He said, I thought that unification was planned for Bam against Francisco Rodriguez. What belt he has? Francisco Rodriguez. What belt do he got? I don't even know. He don't got the belt at 115. I think Ioka. No. Martinez got the WBA. He vacated the IBF. Those guys about to fight for the vacant IBF. The fight I just mentioned. The WBO is the South African kid got that. Bam got the WBC. What I'm missing? IBF, WBO, WBC, WBA. He don't got no belt. Martinez. Okay, Martinez, I got you. So Martinez, listen. That's the fight to make. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he fighting it. Okay, that I think that probably can happen, depending on what happens on the 31st. You know what I'm saying? Because Ioka, he normally real good in rematches, and he fighting on New Year's Eve. He normally win those fights. Um, yeah, hopefully that's the one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. That's probably the most intriguing and probably the best fight in that division. You know what I'm saying? I know they got to come down with money and negotiating and shit. So yeah, yo, listen, I'm with that one. That's the one. I was kind of putting that one off, thinking in my head maybe last, because I was thinking my man maybe get a belt and then circle back to them, because if he trying to unify a division, he gonna end up having to fight one of those lesser champions. So I mean, yeah, bro, I'll take it. That's the best fight in the division. The winner of those guys versus Bam, that's the best fight. So yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, Martinez. Okay, I got you. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, so San Antonio. So that's what I'm saying. If he want to have a hometown fight, I'm not sure if those guys will come over there. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe they will. I know if Ioka win, then that's a grudge match, because he beat his brother Franco. Excuse me, he beat up Franco. So that's a grudge match. You got a little bit more intrigue in that. Martinez will go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? He will, he'll go anywhere. So yeah, bro, San Antonio. Yeah, that should be a big event for Bam. Chocolatito fight Kayfabe and potentially, that'd be fire down the road. He take that belt from him. That's not gonna be an easy fight too. That guy, he a good counter puncher. He's solid. So we're gonna see. He got fresher legs too. Excuse me. So Yabuki, he's a new champion. I'm not sure if they ordered his mandatory right here. I know he stopped old boy Nasinga. He stopped him. And this another division is basically in transformation, because guys moving up, vacating titles. So the WBO was fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? We got a new champion there. Yabuki, he's the new champion of the IBF. The WBA champion, we got a vacant title of the WBA. Eric Rosa about to fight for that next week on the 19th in the Dominican Republic. So yeah, a lot of opportunities for these guys when they vacate. A lot of shit open up for them. You know what I'm saying? And 105. So, hopefully we can get the unification between Oscar Collazo and Pedro Terran. That would be dope. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's probably right now, currently, that might be the best fight in this division at 105. We know Collazo just unified. Terran got his title back. He's a two-time IBF champion and one of the upsets of the year, being Jinjiro Shikiyoko. So yeah, bro. And then you got going back to the 108. It's a vacant WBC. Gonzalez is fighting Pandistri, former champion in 05. They gonna fight December 26th in Thailand. So I remember that shit right there. But yeah, 105. So that's the best thing that happened to 105 in a long time. Even though we've been getting good fights, because these guys down here actually been fighting each other. All these guys have fought each other. You know what I'm saying? If you look at it. But we got a guy kind of like a face at 105 with Oscar Collazo. So we can get him, if he can unify, or somebody else can emerge, can unify the division. That'd be good, because 105, nobody talked about it. The most we talked about it was Collazo last month when he went crazy on CP Freshborn. So this division is actually good, yo. You got a lot of former world champions that are contenders. You got a lot of up and coming guys. And the best thing about this division, they actually fighting each other, yo. We haven't had, everybody haven't fought each other, of course, but the majority of the guys that's been champion been fighting each other. So that's always a good thing in any division, for sure. So that's what it is, man. That's the IBF rankings right there. Not really too much, you know what I'm saying, They caught my eye, but the IBF don't really do nothing too crazy anyway, as far as like rankings. You know, they noted for ordering their mandatories and sticking by their rules. Some mandatories, we don't be knowing who they are. Some mandatories be pretty solid, like Sugar Nunez, probably one of the best mandatories, you know what I'm saying, for a long time in that sanction body. One of them, pretty solid. No, we waiting to see what's the next move for Boots after going through this. What y'all want to call this? A media. He went. Look, that shit was crazy what he going through with this shit, but it happens in boxing. Hitchens is a new IBF champion at 140. If he can't get a unification or a big fight, I mean, he gotta look at this top 15 and see who he gonna fight. Because it look like Jack Calderon and Barbosa is off the table. Matisse, I don't think he's going to fight Matisse voluntarily, so Matisse will probably fight an eliminator. Elvis Rodriguez with Top Rank. Is that a fight realistic to make? Is Dalton Smith really ready? Is Eddie ready to put him in? I don't know. Ramirez, I don't even think he ain't going to box no more. Kenneth Sims, he jumping off the screen to me. Imagine Kenneth Sims versus Hitchens. Yo, that'd be a good fight. For sure. Jermaine, he supposed to face Cambosis. Delgado, he just fought. I don't know if he's on the right side right now. I'm looking at these two at the bottom. These two at the bottom, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Those would be great title defenses for Hitchens. You know what I'm saying? Especially New York City. If he's trying to make a homecoming. Ortiz is from New England area. Jermaine Ortiz is from the New England area. It's argued that he could be world champion. I thought he beat Teofimo in February. I did. I thought he gave away the Lomachenko fight late in the fight, but he gave a great effort. And Michelle Rivera, Dominican, the Ali, you know what I'm saying? Dominican Ali. Those are great, you know what I'm saying, first fights for him. But I would also have to say Gabriel Gallus, a Canelo fighter. I can see that as a first title defense for Hitchens. I mean, he fought Montana Love and he fought Steve Sparks, right? So he's familiar with, Matchroom. They're familiar with him. I can see that as a first title defense. You know what I'm saying? So, man, we're going to see. It's too early to say, but I'm just, putting pieces together for down the line. For sure. Waiting on WBC. Yeah, the rankings committee. The WBA got theirs too. They actually kind of simultaneously, doing that shit at the same time. So yeah, I'm ready for them shits for sure. Anyone who's on, what's good with you? Salute. Matisse or Devin Haney. I don't know if he'll take the not Devin Haney, but the Matisse fight voluntarily. But the Haney fight, that's a big fight for him. That's a big fight. I like it. Ortiz looked good his last fight. So if he don't get a big fight, if he don't get, unification, one of those names is good. 154, nothing really crazy. I'm just going through and reviewing, see if I see anything that's crazy. Oh, so the IBF, they put Bivol in there, so it's just basically window dressing. Nothing to see here, but they about to collect their sanction fee. That's all what that means. So we'll get the rematch for Turbiev and Bivol February 22nd, man. I can't wait for that. And I'm glad they did it right away too. You don't have to wait a year, 18 months. Get that shit right off. Michael Eafer took step aside money. Conor Wallace, number 2, he's gonna fight this week. You know what I'm saying? He just signed with Matchroom. So tomorrow we should hear something about Billy and Pacheco. They're supposed to have a deadline tomorrow. And Pacheco's going to face Steve Nelson. And he's a WO mandatory. So that actually makes sense. There shouldn't be no dunk narratives about Pacheco, because if you got the Canelo lottery ticket and Canelo been fighting WO mandatories as of late, then who would blame you for staying that route? You know what I'm saying? So in Billy, they'll probably order somebody else for him, or they might just make him the mandatory to order the William Score fight. Shiskin would get the winner, you know what I'm saying? So, because he won his petition. And then That's it. Let me see. Heavyweight. So they removed Cabiel and Zane from the rankings because those guys is going to fight each other for the WBC interim. All right, and they put in Moses Atamo and number 15, Peter Kador. So yeah, that's it right there, man. A lot of good shit though. I gotta stay on top of these rankings, bro, for sure. So man, I appreciate everybody coming through the building, man. Make sure you guys stay tuned tomorrow. We're gonna talk about this upcoming fight week. It's a low key banging fight week. There's a lot of cards across the globe. Across the globe. We got a lot of shit popping, man. For real. I think they're trying to get all their fights in before the holidays, which is dope for me, boxing fan. I had a good time last weekend with all these fights everywhere. So it's gonna be like that again this weekend, and it's gonna start actually on the 11th. You know what I'm saying? We got Pro Box, we got Conor Wallace in Australia, so that's an early morning shit. Then they got the WBC and the WBA rank. The WBA, they having their conventions this week. They're gonna have fight cards at their convention. So on the 12th, you got the the 12th you got the WBC. They having a card in Germany. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be live on the Zone. The WBA is having their card in Orlando on the 13th. You know what I'm saying? And then plus we got the weekend fights. So a lot of shit to cover, man. We're gonna be back tomorrow to touch on that. And then yeah, bro, we keep it moving. Salute to everybody coming through the building, man. I appreciate you guys' time. You can follow me on my social media, scrolling across the bottom. Instagram, Twitter. Tap into the website, ldoesboxing.com. For sure. Teaching the building was good. So that's my time, man. Salute to everybody, and I'm out.